Mid-season stock take on some of the big trade names, Cal. You're all over this. Tell us what's happening with Sam Draper.
Well, he's torn. That's, in a nutshell, he's torn about what to do because he has a 4-year offer there from Essendon. It's been recently upped to some degree, not to the degree that it's level now with what Brisbane and Adelaide have in terms of years and money, but he wants to stay, I think. That's been the feel throughout the whole year, that he'd like to stay if the deal is right. But there's more money, there's more years on the table from other clubs, and also he's wondering about what the success looks like elsewhere too. So for me, he's really torn. I still don't know which way he's going to go because I don't think he's decided yet.
And Essendon's got a dilemma because they need, if he does go, they need the money to be a certain level to get a first rounder, don't they? So would they be putting the money up so that if he stays, he gets the money? If he goes, they get that first rounder.
I think they're comfortable if he stays, and I think that'd be a good tactic if that was the play as well. So free agent, if he goes, even if it's an end of first round pick, it's still 5 picks inside the first 25 for them. So that's for there.
Cal, how come it's taken so long for Bont to sign? I can't wrap my head around why it's taken someone so long. He's so important to that footy club.
If you can tell me and Tom that, we'd like to know that as well. It's a strange one. I mean, I think you speak to every club about this one and it's odd. That's the word, isn't it? No one thinks he's leaving. No one thinks he's really spoken to any other clubs to a degree that you think he's going to, move on to free agency. But
can he write his own cheque? What's he worth?
I think we were talking about this before. What's he worth when he's 30 into that next deal? He's probably a 4 or 5 year deal. For me, it's about 1.3, 1.4.
Is it the Bulldogs? He's worth that?
At the Bulldogs.
What's he worth somewhere else?
Yeah.
Well, TDK money.
Okay.
Is there such thing as thank you money? Bont, you've been an icon player. You've probably taken less money than what you've deserved. Can we give you an extra few $100,000 and say thank you for your service?
I think so. I think definitely it's a reward for being a loyal servant.
The wheels are in motion there, though.
You back end that in the contract.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
It feels like you're speaking
You've done
knowledge.
You're still getting paid.
I might have asked at one point.
They are getting closer to that deal. What about Oscar Allen, Tom?
Well, I've been big on this all year and I'm still convinced. I remember I said at Gather Around the Spectacular with Eddie that he wants to get to Brisbane. Nothing has changed there. Brisbane have reaffirmed in recent weeks to him and his management that they're still keen to get him at the end of the year as a free agent. So I can't see this going any other way. The only question is what compensation pick they get back. What about Seth Campbell, Cal? That's a player that I didn't expect to talk about tonight.
Not quite on the same level, but in high demand though, and is having a career best year. Had his hit a trigger for next year, but has been in talks on a longer time deal. I think this could get him through to the end of 2029. Yeah. So that'd be a long-term deal that's very, very close. That'd get him through a couple of Tassie years as well. Obviously a Tasmanian breakout season for him, so a good signing coming up for the Tigers.
What a bargaining chip it is for these players like Colby McKercher to use Tasmania and sign for more at the current clubs.
Yeah, and it's a big deal, the Colby McKercher deal, that's for sure. What about Rowan Marshall?
Rowan Marshall's a player that I believe Geelong would like at the end of the year if he does express a desire to go when TD or if TDK comes. There's a few ifs and buts in here, but I can't see a world where Geelong wouldn't ask the question of St Kilda and Rowan Marshall if Tom de Koning gets the Saints.
What's the pick that makes them happy to move him, though? It has to be inside the first 15 to 20.
And I'm not sure Geelong would be willing to give that up for someone of that age. So that's probably the biggest stumbling block to me. It's not that Rowan Marshall wouldn't want to go. It's not that Geelong wouldn't want him. It's what St Kilda would ask for Rowan Marshall. I think that's the big question.
The other big question on the trade front is the big three. Walsh, Curnow, Mackay, and what Carlton does there. Watching all avenues there.
You think one of them will go?
No, keep them all.
I'm watching everything.
Yeah.
You got to keep them.
You're watching everything?
Yeah, you can rule nothing out. Ever since Sam Mitchell went to West Coast and Buddy Franklin went to the Sydney Swans, there's nothing you can rule out.
Well, I think clubs will look at Harry Mackay in particular, given I think Curnow is the guy that probably is seen as the untouchable. And then if Sam Walsh did want to look, well, he's got a year to go on his contract. Are they the one that you're more open to?
Pre-agent. The thing about this is it's like a PR battle, isn't it? Because a player can't be seen to be wanting to get out. They have to have a club come for them, even if it's actually not the way it plays out. So if Carlton want to have any currency around these players, even if they're thinking about it, they can't be seen to pushing these players out either. So it needs to work in a certain way from now on.
Does Michael Voss staying or going make any difference to those three?
Oh, I think you'd want to know one way or the other. Yeah.
Right. There's not one not one of those players wants to stay or go because of it?
Not that I know.
I think you need to know some clarity, though. I mean, if they replace Michael Voss, it'll be Sam Walsh's 4th coach in 8 years.
Yeah. Okay. And I doubt he'd like that. He's a pro, and everyone says he loves Carlton Football Club. But as you've reported, Cal, he's in no rush at all to re-sign beyond the end of next year.